y'all. How y'all doing? I is back up in here with y'all one more again. And you know, right now I'm really tickled. You know, the Most High is really interesting. The things He make you do. And again, let me just jump right on in and let you know right out the bat, I ain't no teacher, ain't no preacher, ain't no shepherd, evangelist, bishopess, or none of that. Ain't none of them things going on. Ain't no prophet, ain't no oracle, and I most definitely am not no shepherd of YAHserall. Ooh, I know what happened to them that step wrong here. I'm just just a fellow Yis'realite trying to share with you what I know. So, ooh, let me tell you something. I came up in here today and I thought I had all this stuff wrote down. And I thought I was going to do all this stuff because, you know, I was looking through some of my old notebooks. YHWH, LNRWY. Your will be done because you're just so amazing, YHWH. And you're funny too. Let me tell you what happened. I had looked through all my old notebooks and I was looking for stuff and wandering around through my notebooks and I found all these little notes I had taken about when I was waking up and all this old stuff. And then I left out of here because, you know, I do have a woke king that I need to tend to, and his needs came in here, and he decided he wanted me to take care of some around the house downstairs. So I took care of my king, and I came back in here to continue on with YHWH's work because my king is the head of my household here. So, man, YHWH is the king of my soul, my mind, and my heart. Oh, YHWH, wow, how I love you so much. It's just so precious. Anyway, y'all need to understand this. I'm talking about my treasure. Anyway. Okay, so I had all these notes wrote down, and I came back in here, and every available resource that I had that went with them notes is gone. All my books are turned to the same chapter here, so I guess this is where we're going. But did you know what's interesting is it's a direct continuation of what we was talking about in the case for the commandments, and I don't know what the title of this here gonna be, but we gonna find out. Okay, so we are starting in Deuteronomy chapter 4. And like I said, it's so interesting that the topic is just, it's a continuation of the commandments. This is a urging of YAHserall. This is a story of how Moshe urged the people of YAHserall to obey. And I guess that's what I'm supposed to be up in here doing. So here we go, y'all. Deuteronomy 4, verse 1, it say, "Now YAHserall, listen to the statutes and the ordinances which I teach you, to do them that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which YAHWH, the Elohim of your fathers, gives you." Don't that sound good? But ain't that interesting? You know, y'all know you shall not add to the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish from it, that you may keep the commandments of YAHWH, your Elohim, which I command you. Oh, y'all. The reason I'm laughing is because I come in here, I was not about to talk about none of this. This was not on my radar. I was going a whole nother direction with this. But YAHWH said, you can go over here and do what I say, and you're going to do it the way I say. Because you know what I done noticed? If you go back and look, all of them come in order. So YAHWH is doing his thing here. So y'all better listen. Okay? It say to do all the commandments that you may live and possess the land which YAHWH, the Elohim of your fathers, gives you. You know, wasn't we just talking about the King's Highway and that we got to get ourselves together so we can make it back to Jerusalem? And isn't it interesting how this here say you got to do the commandments so you can possess the land? And, you know, you shall not add one word, add to the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish from it. So you got to keep all the commandments, not one, not two, not three, all of them. It say that you may keep the commandments of YAHWH, your Elohim, which I command you. And then it say in chapter 3, it say in verse 3, your eyes have seen what YAHWH did because of Baal Peor. For all the men who followed Baal Peor. And I'm going to look that up. And I'm going to put it right here on the screen so we know exactly what that is. But I kind of suspect that's that bull thing we be saying. But I'm going to look it up and I'm going to put it on here. It said, YAHWH your Elohim has destroyed them from the midst of you. But you who did cleave to YAHWH your Elohim are alive. Every one of you this day. You know, that kind of mean to me when I look at that and I think about that right there. It just kind of remind, it kind of like give me the warning. Like, my mama would say my antennas is up on that. You know, that right there, to me, that means whatever this Baal Peor. And like I said, I'm going to look it up and I'm putting it on the screen. But I got to think it's that bull. And if it is, YAHWH, I thank you for your understanding of that and discernment. Give your children discernment, Abba. It said, he destroyed them from the midst of you. But you who did cleave to YAHWH, your Elohim, are alive, every one of you this day. I wonder, you know how everything in the word is in parallels. It's several times you go through the same thing over and over again. It's a fourth captivity. You got 7 Sabbaths, you got 7 feast days, you got 7 years Sabbath. It's just so much good, so many parallels, right? I wonder if this have anything to do with, once we get on that King's Highway, because it say all of YAHserall will be saved, but he gonna purge out the dross. And if he do like he did before, because everything is in parallel, he gonna purge out that dross when we on that King's Highway, because just like he did when we come out of Egypt and he purged out the dross in the wilderness. It's going to be the same thing, I do believe. Anyway, it said, behold, it said, verse 5, it said, behold, I have taught you statutes and ordinances, even as YAHWH my Elohim commanded me. And that is true. That is true. Y'all can't say I ain't taught you the statutes and commandments on here, on this channel. I taught you the commandments, that you should do so in the midst of the land you go into possess it. So when y'all get off that King's Highway, you got to go in the land to keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the peoples, who shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is wise and understanding people. That's all we've been through. If we only go keep the commandments, the world will finally look at us with the respect we're supposed to deserve. That's what they're saying. Even though it don't matter, because only one matters. Who are Elohim? Let us not be puffed up. Don't let me get puffed up here. But that's just interesting there. Interesting. And then it say, in verse 7, for what great nation is there that has YAHWH so near to them as YAHWH our Elohim whenever we call on him? And you know that is the truth right there. I done told you multiple times. Right there, I call on YAHWH's name. I like that crick in my neck, that pain in my leg, and keep a cough from breaking down in the middle of the night. Whoa, he just come right on through. But I keep up my end of the bargain, you see. It's a deal we made. Our family signed a contract, or we entered into a contract. The covenant is a contract sealed in blood by the Most High God and Creator of the universe and all things. You understand? And our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents entered into that contract, but see, they didn't keep up their end of the deal listening to other folks, and they didn't keep them commandments here, see. You know what I'm saying? That's what the problem is. If we would just wake up from this foolishness. That's why they hide your history. That's why they don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to talk about it. They want to keep you completely bamboozled, swindled, and confused and messed up. That's why. Because they know if you can wake your behind up and get it together and have YAHWH so near to you as YAHWH our Elohim is whenever we call on him, there's no stopping us. It's saying in verse 8, what great nation is there that has statutes and ordinance so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Ain't our ancestors and our parents all so much you gotta be righteous? Brother, you righteous? And I never knew that's what that meant. Either I didn't know or they didn't know, but it makes sense. And then sitting here reading this, don't it? It's saying verse 9, take only heed to yourself. That means you can't worry about everybody else. It said, and keep your soul diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes saw. You know what? I do believe that is what happened to our ancestors, because they didn't tell us about this. They did everything. They didn't have an opportunity to keep their souls diligently and tend to spiritual things, because they was beat up, raped, and swallowed up and caught up and constantly distracted, just like we distracted today. See, slavery ain't gone. It's still here. Y'all just don't get it. Slavery is right here. It's right here in your backyard. You living it day by day. All of y'all that's living in the United States, all of y'all in slavery, y'all, the whole country ain't nothing but a big old plantation. It's designed to work you to death and keep the carrot in front of your face. Get you so far in debt that they control you. You can't even leave here. Even if you got the money, if they decide they don't want you to go nowhere, you ain't leaving here. You ain't going nowhere. And they know who you are by them social security numbers. I'm pretty sure about that there. But you know, let me say something. Anyway, let me get on back over here to this word. Okay? It's saying, unless they depart from your hearts. That's what we did all the days of your life. But make them known to your children and your children's children. Children. Verse 10. The day that you stood before YAHWH your Elohim in Horeb, when YAHWH said to me, assemble me the people, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they live on it, and that is earth, and that they may teach their children. And you know, I kind of feel like that's what I'm up in here doing, you know. This generation, this Gen Z, X generation, whatever it is going on, you know, from about 30 years old down, y'all, I feel so bad for you. Y'all didn't get to do nothing. Y'all done growed up and swallowed up in that old peanut popping paper that you ship stuff in. You can't ride a bike without a helmet pad, knee pads, elbow pads. You got the neck brace, the chest back. You got the lights on. You got to have the reflective vest. You know, you can't go swimming. You got to have the bubble things on your arms. You got to have the flippers and the goggles and all that stuff. You can't go hiking without it. You got to have the cleats and the tent and all. Y'all have never even experienced life. And what has happened is, because of the freedoms that your parents and your grandparents were granted after all of the atrocities were primarily broke down, what your parents granted you was what they thought was the American dream. And that wasn't nothing but some old deception. More work, educate. And what the sad part is, we don't even realize it. We work ourselves to death, and we educate ourselves to death, and we join these sororities and these groups and these secret little cliques and things, and we'd be messed up for life joining in the Greek society, modeling ourselves after the folks that kidnapped us and enslaved our people in the first place, trying to be like them. children, I need you to wake up. YHWH, wake your children. My heart breaks for the people of this world and for what's going to happen in the future when those few of us that understand the way that things are working is gone. And the sad thing is, nobody's looking for you, YHWH. Even those that say they're looking for you, but they ain't looking for you. My heart breaks for these children who have no idea how beautiful and wonderful and powerful they are through you, YHWH. And for those who never have an opportunity to see your glory, for they are born to be swallowed by the beast that sits at the feet of the woman with the crown of 12 stars. Y'all, we have had so much go on, and I don't know if y'all even woke. YHWH. I believe that, the Bible is a very interesting book, and so are all the rest of our stories, and I know most of y'all are aware. Y'all excuse me for crying, it's just my heart breaks for you. Most of y'all are aware that the number 7 is a number of divine completion. It is a number that our Elohim, our blessed Adonai, uses regularly. You got the 7-day Sabbath. You got 7 years. You got 7 years Sabbath. You got 70-year Jubilees. Sabbaths and y'all forgive me. I'm just a little. Anyway, when you get to studying the Word, I realize that most of YAHserall began to awaken in 2017. And 7 years from 2017 is 2025, okay? The other thing I realized was that in 2017, the Abrahamic Accord was signed. And that is a 7-year agreement that was facilitated by King Charles and what's that boy named Ivanka Trump's wayward spouse. Yeah. And then to me, that's still in the middle of that 7 years. And then, in the next, 3 years, we're hearing it. Since 2017, we've been hearing rumors of war, with the, Ethiopia and Tigray and Iran and versus U.S. and Israel and Palestine and Afghanistan and Taliban and U.S. and China and Yemen and Marlo. You know what I'm saying? YAHWH, And then we've been hearing about wars. That was all rumors. Now the war is what we all know about Ukraine and Russia war, And then ahead over the weekend, you got Putin declaring war. And then you got famines, And I know y'all is looking around here and y'all see that the grocery stores is empty. Eggs is $8.99 a dozen, The heat going off here and there. You turn the water on and it smells like sewage, And then we having all these earthquakes. Just the other day we had an earthquake, 6 point something other earthquake up north here in California. You know what I'm saying? And then they talk about the war on the Christians and war. Well, we ain't no Christians. I ain't claiming that. I ain't putting myself in that. That's their own thing. Because I know what that history there is. And I'm not messing with it. But that China and that Ukraine, they both got some things going on. So far, 360 million people have been persecuted and discriminated against for claiming they Christians. And just here in 2022 alone, 2022 alone, 5,898 have died. And the number that have died in China is unknown. They're Christians. And they've been tearing down churches and stuff over there a long time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the hate is on the rise, and I mean particularly right here in the USA. I mean, it's just awful to see how they doing our people every which way you turn. You can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing without one of them coming at you foul, you know. You turn on the TV, and then, I mean, it's so bad they got names for them, Ken and Karen. And you see them everywhere, and they're cutting up, you know. The only difference is now, you know, YHWH ain't taking that stuff. These men folks are eyes of YAHWH, bless you. Ooh, Shalom, y'all, they stepping up for our sisters and knocking some of these folks out, which is just a wonderful thing here. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, over there in Jerusalem, they done found that their Messiah, the Yakuna, Rav Shomo. Y'all need to look that up here. That's I mean, whoo, y'all, we are so close. And right now, this is from 2017. If you look at it in the biblical calendar, you know what I'm saying? The month of Nisan or New Year's is March, right? So, you know, it's just very interesting that, you know, in 2019, in October, is when the COVID came out, okay? And you got 2017, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 7 years. You got the 6 trumpets that done already gone off. The last one was July 31st, 2020. And I don't know if that's what that herald, but let me tell you, so we're going to look that up and we're going to get off in there. But check this out. September 15, 2020, the Abrahamic Accord was signed. And that's that peace treaty over there out of Jerusalem. And that thing was facilitated by Jared Kushner and some of these secret hands hide behind the door but ain't hidden King Charles folk over there. And well, I'm going to get off into them too, eventually here. But you know, it's the interesting thing is that right down at the next day, just a couple months later, December 16, 2020, just a couple months and a day after the Abrahamic Accord was signed, which is that peace treaty in the Middle East supposed to be 7 years, right? The Euphrates dried up enough for them tunnels, tunnels to come available and be seen and be accessed, you know. And that's interesting because that was the last. Now the 6th trumpet was 7/31/2020, right? And then 12/16/20 Euphrates dried up enough for them tunnels and them would look like prison cells would be coming. Now let me tell you what the Bible say about that. You got Revelation 9:14. And it says, saying to the 6th angel who had one shofar, free the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. The 4 angels were freed who had been prepared for that hour and day and month and year, so that they might kill 1/3 of mankind. Now, them tunnels came open on December 16th, 2020. Let me tell you something that's very interesting. On December 19th, 2020, the WHO, that sound like a cartoon. The World Health Organization, the WHO, doesn't sound like a cartoon. The WHO announced the Wuhan virus, or the CCP virus, or the China virus, whatever you want to call it. I call it the C-19 because you know what, I can't but anyway. And so far, that thing done killed more than 6.68 million folk. You hear me? Now go back and run the figures. You go back to 2019, you look at the world population. World population was at that time, it was 7.684 billion folk. Now you subtract that 6.68 million from that 7-something billion, and that leaves you with 5.12 billion. to make 2/3 of the earth, to make 2/3 of the earth be killed here, we still need to kill 1.56 billion folks left to go. And with the 2.56 million they claiming in China, and we ain't claiming the ones that ain't been reported. That's only what they report. That only leaves us with 256 1.5 million to go before this prophecy is true. It is so close with Jimmer. We are so close. And I know that I'm scared in. It's all right. Y'all need to wake up and get back to these commandments so you don't have to go through this and live through this. We got to get out of here. Oh, YHWH, thank you for your mercy. Oh. And like I said, I wasn't planning on coming up in here with none of this. I had a whole nother agenda of my own at YHWH. I said, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to smack the black off your chest. So get over in that corner and do what I say right now. So I done it. YHWH, thank you. I pray your will be done and you'll be glorified and edified and pleased with me through this work. And I have to reiterate again, I ain't no teacher, I'm not no preacher, I am no shepherd of the lost sheep, I am not nobody. I'm not nobody at all. I am not important, and I don't know everything. I'm not omnipotent, and I am nothing compared to my Elohim, YHWH. Children, I pray you go back and you just search through what I've said to you, apply it to your life, figure out, use discernment, ask for it. And I'm going to tell you one more again how you get that relationship with YHWH, with the Father, the true Adonai of Yis'real. You got to pray. And when I say pray, I don't mean get down on your hands and knees and fold your hands and bow your head. I mean in every moment, in every breath, in every thought. Recognize, YHWH, I gave that to you. I could be looking folk dead in the face having a conversation about something as Mondays as pears and peaches, and the whole time in my mind I'm praying or I'm singing praise. Make a little song under your breath and sing it to yourself and praising YHWH. Do these things. Trust me. I have your best interest at heart, YHWH. 'Cause y'all my family. And I am so tired of us fighting one another. I want us to come together and have joy and love and peace and all of the wonderful things that were promised to us if we could have just kept these commandments. But since we didn't, we got to get it together. I hope I haven't been too much of a Bible thumper, because you know what, I ain't no Bible thumper. I'm not even a hardcore Christian like that woman called me the other day. I actually, when she looked at me and told me, you one of them hardcore Christians, you know what, I actually said, I ain't no Christian. I'm just a follower of YHWH. I am just a servant. A happy, humble servant of YHWH. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed this late night rambling with YHWH. I know evidently I'm not supposed to keep coming back in here, and I ain't supposed to be doing what I want to do, so yeah, YHWH, you're amazing. Abba, and I love you so much. I thank you, Father. Through the blood of Yeshua, YHWH, your will be done. Hallelujah.